Welcome, travelers, to Adventures in Security. In this video, we explore the Exploit Prediction Scoring System, EPSS, and how it works with other tools like the CVSS calculator to help prioritize which vulnerabilities to manage first, with patches or compensating controls. The paper on which this video is based is available at the link in the video description. If you like what you see, if you learn anything, please remember to give us a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss future content. The Forum of Incident Response and Security Teams, FIRST, developed EPSS as a data-based model that predicts the chance of publicly disclosed vulnerability CVE exploitation during the next 30 days. The version 4 release of EPSS occurred on March 17, 2025, to enhance predictive accuracy and daily scoring capabilities. The EPSS system measures the probability of exploitation rather than the severity of vulnerabilities, so it works alongside CVSS scoring systems that assess potential impact. Programs that integrate EPSS with asset context information can direct their patching efforts toward the minimal number of vulnerabilities that attackers are most likely to target in the near future. The main difference between EPSS and CVSS lies in the type of question each system answers. CVSS measures intrinsic technical severity through a 0.0 to 10.0 scale, yet EPSS evaluates near-term exploitation probability using a 0 to 1 scale which receives daily updates. The combination of these tools enables you to determine both the severity of exploitation and the near-term probability of exploitation. The combined approach follows NIST CSF 2.0 recommendations to base mitigation decisions on evidence-based risk information. The Known Exploited Vulnerabilities, KEV, catalog from CISA maintains its distinct approach by documenting CVEs with confirmed in-the-wild exploitation, while establishing immediate remediation requirements for federal agencies and promoting similar action for all organizations. KEV indicates active attacks at present, but EPSS predicts upcoming attack likelihood, which enables you to take action before KEV entries become available. Research conducted by independent and community groups confirms and enhances the methods through which teams utilize EPSS. The 2024 CISA study demonstrated that most real-world exploitation occurs through a limited number of CVEs, and EPSS directs security efforts toward these high-risk vulnerabilities. The 2025 VulnCon conference hosted by FIRST included analyses which demonstrated that EPSS VI4 achieved better results in mapping to 2024 KEV entries, yet emphasize the importance of avoiding single-source dependencies. The NIST organization introduced a new likely exploited vulnerabilities metric to support EPSS and KEV, as it recognizes the requirement for multiple indicators in vulnerability remediation choices. The implementation process for EPSS and vulnerability management workflows remains easy to understand. 1. Pull EPSS for the CVEs on your backlog. The public API enables users to obtain CVE data through single requests and batch requests and time series requests and percentile requests, and it provides daily CSV files for bulk data access. 2. Join EPSS with CVSS and KEV status. 3. Apply simple policy thresholds. The policy should state that CVEs with EPSS scores above the 95th percentile or KEV listings require immediate attention within 24 to 72 hours, followed by adjustments based on asset criticality. 4. Automate the analysis pipeline to refresh daily and re-triage as scores change. Commercial platforms now integrate EPSS data with scanner results, which enables teams to reduce their patching workload without increasing security risks. The prioritized guidance in the CSF provides leadership and auditor-approved language to support this approach. The EPSS workflow results in a triage table. The following is a more detailed look at the vulnerability assessment process. First, we have 4 CVEs from a scanner across 2 systems that we need to analyze. We look up each CVE with the EPSS API with the output shown. The response generates a probability value, 0.837, together with a percentile value, 99.243%. The high probability and percentile values indicate attackers will probably attempt to probe or exploit this vulnerability in the near future. You should verify if any of the CVEs exist in CISA's KEV catalog. The policy requires immediate attention for CVEs listed in KEV as yes, while CVEs with EPSS scores above the 95th percentile that are not in KEV remain top priority because of their high likelihood. We perform this process for all 4 CVEs. The triage table shown here shows an example assessment for our 4 selected CVEs. The Common Vulnerabilities and Exposures, CVE, defines standardized identifiers that identify security flaws in software systems and hardware and firmware systems. Every CVE entry contains a special ID together with a short vulnerability description and multiple reference links that facilitate standardized threat monitoring across different tools and vendors and organizations. The CVSS base score serves as a standardized numeric measure from 0.0 to 10.0, which assesses vulnerability, severity without regard to environmental factors or time constraints. The vulnerability score emerges from 2 essential factors: how simple it is to exploit the flaw and what level of impact it creates on confidentiality, integrity, and availability. The base score does not include the analysis of whether there is a current exploit or the risk impact of existing safeguards, and the classification or categorization of the resources affected. The CVSS temporal score and environmental score calculate these conditions. The EPSS probability indicates the estimated chance that a particular vulnerability will be attacked in the wild during the upcoming 30 days. The scoring system uses numbers between 0 and 1, or percentages such as 0.85 equals 85% to express this value. The triage table uses EPSS percentages to demonstrate which vulnerabilities stand among all others in the EPSS database. The EPSS dataset places vulnerabilities with a percentile of 95% among the top 5%, most likely to be exploited regardless of their actual exploitation probability. The CISA operates a public catalog known as the CISA, Known Exploited Vulnerabilities, to track active exploitation incidents in the wild. Many private organizations, together with U.S. federal civilian agencies, make the KEV a mandatory requirement for their high-risk vulnerability patching procedures. Organizations establish the triage table policies through their set standards, which define the response expectations for vulnerabilities. The organization's risk appetite and acceptance levels and resource criticality assessment determine remediation actions that follow both business priorities and security requirements. Follow a basic decision flow to achieve repeatability as described by FIRST. 1. Your scanner and SBOM output should be ingested into the system. 2. Fetch EPSS daily. 3. Assign priorities by thresholds. 4. Enrich with CVSS and KEV. 5. Push tickets with SLAs. Regularly check EPSS for changes, since they need to be re-triaged whenever necessary. The approaches in this table demonstrate a complementary relationship rather than replacing one another according to FIRST. That's it for this video. If you have questions or comments, post those in the video discussion. And until next time, be careful what you click.